Millions of American students are preparing to graduate from college this spring. According to Fidelity Investments, 2 out of 3 students will graduate with student loan debt. And for the first time in 4 years, students will need to begin repaying their student loans shortly after graduation. So joining us to discuss, Amanda Haynell, Vice President and Head of Student Debt Retirement at Fidelity Investments. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So how are student loan borrowers impacted by the recent changes, especially how is this graduating class going to be impacted?
First, remember that payments for federal student loans were paused for most of this year's graduating class full college careers. They only resumed late last October. That means for 2024 grads, they're the first class in 4 years that are going to need to make payments soon after graduating. It might feel a little different for them since over the past few years, they've witnessed their peers graduate, have time to get jobs, adjust to post-college budgets, and then start making their student loan payments.
Right.
In comparison, many of this year's class may feel unprepared or even surprised by how quickly those first student debt payments come due.
Yeah, and so what do people need to do in order to prepare for that repayment that's basically going to be coming up in the next couple months?
Yeah, they can do a few things. I recommend 3. The first is to recognize their situation and that their payments are coming due and get organized. They can know who their student loan provider is, how much they might have to pay, and when that first payment is due. Second, if they don't have a budget, I would highly recommend starting one and testing it out. Fidelity can help with this as we have a number of resources to help people understand repayment options and build realistic budgets at fidelity.com/student-debt-help. Finally, it might be a little surprising to hear this one, but talk to your employer or consider student debt during your job hunt. Many new graduates are in the middle of thinking about what that next step might be, and it's important to evaluate each job offer beyond the salary.
You know, I was just wondering that as you were talking, I was wondering if these entry-level positions, if they're going to start asking for higher salaries in order to pay off their student loan debt, because they're going to be, you know, going into immediate debt as soon as they start their careers. So is there anything that we know that employers are doing to help offset this student debt problem?
Yes, employers are recognizing that student debt is a real burden for their employees, and they're helping in a couple of pretty innovative ways. The first one is actually making direct payments towards student loans for their employees. Helps you pay down student debt faster and can really help hit at the heart of the issue. The second one is through helping in a new type of benefit that just became available this year. The benefit allows employers to make a contribution into their employees' retirement accounts based on their student loan payments. It's a real game changer for a lot of people who are struggling to save for retirement because they're so focusing on student debt, and really makes them think a lot more about their financial future.
Yeah, no, definitely wasn't thinking about retirement when I was going into an entry-level position. You know, that's something that typically when you do graduate with debt, then they're like, okay, worry about retirement later. Let's pay off one thing at a time. So interesting. I mean, feel like they're just graduating a little bit smarter than we were. But for somebody who is going into the workforce, feeling quite overwhelmed by it all, you know, we're throwing things at them like retirement and this student loan debt. What's your advice or encouragement to them for feeling overwhelmed right now?
You're not alone. Most people who are starting their new jobs and graduating have student loan debt, and there's a lot of really great options that are out there for helping. So whether it's an employer benefit that you can take advantage of, and you should sign up if you have that opportunity, or just you yourself getting organized and really thinking about those budgets, there's a lot of folks out there who want to see you succeed.
Okay, and if somebody says, all right, I definitely need help with this, I need somebody to just walk me through this process, where can we get more information?
They can go to fidelity.com/student-debt-help.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.